My name is Ndidi Nwuneli. I'm the founder of Leap Africa, co-founder of Ace Foods, and a partner with Sahel Capital.
All right. So, how have you been able to use Leap Africa to lead people out of Africa?
So what Leap does is that it provides leadership training, coaching, support services for two groups of people: young people and business owners. For the business owners, our focus is on helping companies outlive their founders. Most businesses in Africa die with their founders because we don't invest in succession planning in the next tier of leadership within our organizations. So at Leap, what we do is provide training and coaching to these entrepreneurs to make sure that their companies outlive them. We've also written 10 books, which are very practical books that the entrepreneurs use. And we've worked in 26 states in Nigeria. With our youth program, we teach teachers and community leaders how to deliver a curriculum, which helps young people become change agents. The conviction is that young people can make a difference in their society, and they are leaders of today and tomorrow. And so what we do is give them the skills and tools that they need for community transformation. And then we also give them a little funding to start projects to improve the lives of others in their community. And through this, they test what they've done and what they've learned. We're trying to put all of this on e-platforms now. All of our curriculum for the last 12 years. So we obviously are interested in partnering with organizations such as yourself to make sure that we can reach millions of people, not just thousands.
Interesting. This is a all-female event, and as you probably would have known, statistics have proven in different proportions to suggest that a lot more women needs to do some awesome things with technology. So, in your opinion and in your experience working with young people, especially females, how, in your opinion, can we bring more ladies into technology? How can we make them adopt technology and for them to actively use technology to drive Africa forward?
I think the first step is early exposure. The sooner you expose young girls to technology, the more comfortable they become with it. Through games, online, through interactive exercises. And I see that a lot more Nigerian schools are starting to do that, putting homework and activities online, which removes the barrier from an early age. Older women, I see, are very challenged when it comes to using ICT to leverage their businesses. And actually, Leap's annual CEOs Forum focused this year on technology. And what we try to tell our entrepreneurs is that you can use technology to mine customer data, to manage your customer information. You can use technology to build your brand and build awareness about your organization and your company. Even down to the software used within your organization to improve your effectiveness and your operations. And I think making it simple and plain for entrepreneurs is what we've tried to do. And also introducing them to different stakeholders who can support them to improve their own access and their awareness. So those are two levels: early introduction and then demystifying technology. Because if you just put it in a box and describe it in very sophisticated terms, the average woman would say, it's too much for me. I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Pretty good. Right, I told you earlier that we have a particular dedicated segment on our tech blog, which is titled Ladies in Tech Stories. So basically, we share stories about how ladies are actively using technology to improve lives. So, and we get a lot of questions from young ladies who want to grow, who want to be like you. So, if I were to ask, I assume that you also run business. So, if I were to ask you, what is one lesson you feel you know now and that you feel you should have known before starting out in business? I can help someone that is actually working right now.
I would say that the one lesson that I wish I knew is just that this is a long haul. We have an agri-business. We process food sourced from farmers. We make spices and sauces and spreads through Ace Foods. And oftentimes people say, oh, Ndidi, your biggest challenge must be infrastructure. It must be the poor electricity you have since you're a manufacturing company. And I say, that's not even the biggest challenge I face. The two biggest challenges, number one, human resources. Finding good people who are willing to work hard and deliver on a hard day's work. And that's surprising to me because there are so many Nigerians who are unemployed. But how many are willing to work hard? That's one. So that was a surprise. And so investing in people, finding the right people, has proved to be one of the most difficult challenges. And the second is ethics. Finding companies and partners who have the same values that you do and who have integrity. And so we fight battles on a daily basis. And so I've had to learn the hard way that this is a long haul. You don't get rich overnight. If you're doing business ethically, you make it. But you have to be patient, you have to be resilient, you have to be tough to make it in manufacturing in this country. And that's what I've learned through my last 4 years as a manufacturer in an agriculture sector.
Very good. Patience.
Resilience. You have to be tough. You have to be tough. When I told a friend of ours that we're going to start a business in agriculture, he said, "You are a lady. Your husband is a gentleman. What are a gentleman and lady going into this space for? This is for thugs." And I said, "We're tough. We can handle it." I've learned that I have to be tougher than I ever imagined to be able to weather the storms.
So you spoke briefly on hiring and firing, and I want to assume that you have some serious experience with that. So if I will ask you, what are your hiring and firing rules? Like, what are the things you hold on as mantra when it comes to hiring and firing?
I would say number one is you have to hire people who share your values. And you have to dig deep to find them. You have to go through a range of people to find them. And if you hire them and you make a mistake and hire people who don't share your values, you have to have a zero tolerance for deviation from those values. Meaning that you have to be ready to fire. If they steal, you can't say, "I'll forgive them and they won't steal again." Because the chances are, if they've stolen once and you didn't fire them, they'll steal again. So zero tolerance for bad behavior. That's one. Number two is what we teach at LEAP and what I use in my own organization is this thing called the scale will matrix. High will, high skill. Those are the best people. But there are some people who have low skill but high will. They're hungry. They want to learn. Great. You can work with them. You can train them. People who have low will, low skill, get them out. They don't want to learn. They don't know anything. They don't want to know. And then the people who have high skill but low will, you also need to get them out because they're arrogant. They think they know everything. They don't want to work. So with our organization and with what I teach my entrepreneurs, you can work with people provided they have a hunger and a desire to improve themselves and to learn. And that's what we try to find in people, and that's what we try to build.
Oh, awesome. Some of the questions, lastly, we see that a lot of ladies, when they account for the people they would like to be like, well, when they grow up, your name simply comes onto surface. So what will you tell the young lady looking at you and listening to you with rapt attention right now? That what will you say to that 20-year-old lady to do? What would be your lesson or what would be your advice to that young lady?
Well, I think you have your whole life ahead of you. This is an exciting time. You're 20, you have energy, you have time, you have talents, you have skills. Don't waste it. Don't waste it blogging or twitting away all day. Get up and also impact the world around you. Don't be so self-absorbed that the only person you think about is yourself. You make such an impact if you think about others around you and how you can make their lives better. And most importantly, be committed to living a life of integrity and a life of purpose. You were born with a unique gift for this world. And this world is waiting for you to unpack that gift, unlock that gift, and deliver on that gift so that we can be all better for it. So go for it and get off the internet. I shouldn't say that for your show, but I see that young people spend so much time from morning till night living these virtual lives. It's good to spend some time on the internet, but not 24 hours. Get out and also make a difference.
Thank you so much.